So I ran out of time this week. Not so much for the build. I was finished with the build by the middle of the day on Thursday, but the finish is taking forever to dry, and that's just slowed everything down. So I'm going to end up finishing this throughout the weekend, and then I'll deliver it on Tuesday and hopefully have the video up by Wednesday. What I'm building is, I'm calling it a drop-off cabinet, which sounds kind of specific, but it could be really anything. So what my friends are going to use it for is a place for packages to go when they get deliveries from Amazon or UPS, whatever. There'll be a shelf in here, and it will have a top, and that way when they're not home, the boxes can go in this cabinet and they'll be safe from the weather. The other purpose of this cabinet is going to be for putting their generator in it. That's putting their generator in. That's why I have these vent holes. And this is something that my friend Ed designed. He basically sent me the measurements, a picture, and then I built it from there. So one thing that I probably didn't talk about in the video, because I'm almost done editing the video except for the last scene, is when I'm attaching siding to a cabinet, I start at the ends. So this end, and that way when I start to attach the center pieces, if I have to trim them up a little bit with the table saw to make sure the reveal is the same, I can. And so for example, if this board is 5 inches and I had to make these two boards 4 7/8, you really don't notice it, and I'm able to keep the reveal the same, and it just looks better instead of having to make up that measurement on just one of the boards or at the sides. Another thing I didn't talk about is I did put a chamfer on the seater, the 1x6 seater, but where the seater or the siding meets the leg, I didn't put a chamfer, so I have a nice tight seam with the siding hitting the leg. So anyway, like I said, they're using it as a drop-off cabinet and a generator shed, but this could be really kind of anything. There's a lot of tips that you'll be able to pick up from this build, and you could apply it to building a chicken coop or a dog house or a small tool shed, really whatever. It is just kind of an all-purpose build. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the wax finish on my outdoor work tables, because I've been getting a few emails and comments on that. So let's just take a quick look at that. So this is the outdoor, what I'm calling the welding area, and this is the my welding table. I used a wax finish on this table so I could weld on it. You wouldn't want to paint the steel because then you would be burning the paint every time you welded, and you also wouldn't be able to get a connection with the ground. The idea with welding is you have your ground set up, and then the electricity goes through your rod and melts the steel as it's going through the rod. So you need that connection. You need that electrical connection. So this is how the steel top is doing. I think it's doing pretty well. It's been out here probably about 2 months now, and we've had rain, we've had snow, and I kind of made this finish with the idea that I would have to maintain it. So every 2 or 3 months I will probably hit it with a little beeswax and then hit it with a torch, and I'll just continue to do that as I use it. I think it's a good solution for welding outside. I don't want to weld inside the wood shop because I just don't have a lot of space there, and I don't want to combine or mix welding and woodworking in such a small space. This is the anvil, and you can see that's doing pretty well. These are the clips. There's a little surface rust on the clips, but again, I can hit those real quick. I'll probably hit everything with a little wax in the torch, probably March or April. And then this is the work table. It's one of those things that will need to be maintained, but it will take very minimal work to get it back to where it was. The first time you grind off all the rust is where the work comes in, but just maintaining it doesn't take too much time. So anyway, just a little update on some of the projects. And the cabinet, the drop-off cabinet, will be out probably on Wednesday. That's built very much like the outdoor kitchen here. And if you didn't see this project, it's also built a lot like my little gas tank cabinet. This is where I hold my gas tank, which is a great solution for having this outdoor welding studio. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later.